On April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill became one of the largest environmental disasters in U.S. history. Coastal habitats, marine life, and the livelihoods of many Gulf Coast communities suffered extensive damage, especially those in Louisiana. In response, a settlement was reached with the responsible parties, directing funds toward environmental restoration. The settlement provided billions of dollars to restore and enhance the Gulf Coast's natural resources and ecosystems injured by the oil spill. To ensure the effective use of these funds, the Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group was formed. This collection of federal and state agencies works collaboratively to identify and implement projects that would best benefit and restore Louisiana's coastal environment. Having suffered the greatest amount of damage, Louisiana will ultimately receive $5 billion, the largest allocation among the restoration areas. Funds are paid each April, beginning in 2017 through 2031. Louisiana's $5 billion is distributed between 5 different restoration categories, with the largest portion going toward restoring and conserving habitat. As of September 2025, we have committed about $2.2 billion of the total settlement to 92 approved projects that address the ecological challenges brought about by the oil spill. In this annual update, we reflect on a year marked by resilience and recovery as we share the steady progress made in restoring the fragile and irreplaceable ecosystems scarred by the disaster. The state of Louisiana, through the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, officially terminated the Mid-Barataria Sediment Diversion Project in July. Initially approved for funding in 2023, the project was designed to reconnect the Mississippi River to the Barataria Basin, with the goal of rebuilding wetlands in Plaquemines Parish. However, following a detailed assessment, the state determined that the project was no longer viable due to a combination of rising costs, permitting concerns, and ongoing litigation. As a result, the authorized project budget was reduced from $2.26 billion to $618.52 million, reflecting funds already disbursed for early project activities. Remaining funds will be made available for use toward future restoration projects in Louisiana through the established planning process. While this marks the end of the Mid-Barataria project, the state continues to prioritize coastal protection and restoration across Louisiana's coast. This year, the Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group and the Open Ocean Trustee Implementation Group released the Draft Joint Restoration Plan and Environmental Assessment No. 1 for public review and comment. The draft plan proposes using $247 million from the Deepwater Horizon oil spill settlement to restore critical habitats and fisheries in and around the Chandeleur Islands. Located within the Breton National Wildlife Refuge, the Chandeleur Islands make up Louisiana's largest remaining barrier island chain. These islands and their surrounding seagrass beds provide vital habitat for fish, birds, and sea turtles. The draft plan analyzes alternatives for ecosystem restoration at the Chandeleur Islands, including 4 design alternatives for island habitat restoration and 2 projects for restoring fish and water column invertebrates, all of which were damaged by the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The preferred alternative for fisheries engagement and restoration, Alternative 2, proposes the allocation of $10 million of funding from the Deepwater Horizon Natural Resource Damage Assessment Settlement allocated to the Open Ocean Trustee Implementation Group. The preferred alternative for Chandeleur Islands habitat restoration, Alternative 5, is expected to deliver the greatest long-term ecological benefit and enhance the resilience of the region. The draft plan proposes the allocation of $237 million in funding from the Deepwater Horizon Natural Resource Damage Assessment Settlement allocated to the Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group. In addition, the Open Ocean Trustees have allocated $10 million from their FWCI restoration funds to support fisheries education and enhancement. The total estimated cost to implement the Chandeleur Islands Habitat Restoration Preferred Alternative is approximately $360 million. The state of Louisiana is actively seeking additional funding resources to cover those remaining costs. The draft plan and supporting documents are available on the Deepwater Horizon Trustee's website. 2025 marked significant progress for projects under construction being led by the trustees. Construction continued this year on the restoration of Terrebonne H&C Island. Funded under Restoration Plan 7.1, this $38.4 million project will restore 35 acres of elevated bird habitat. The restored island will provide a safe, dry nesting area higher than the waterline so that nests with eggs and nesting birds will not be flooded or destroyed. This island is important for several species of colonial water birds, but it's especially important to the brown pelican, Louisiana's state bird and a designated species of greatest conservation need. Construction began on the island in September 2024. And the perimeter rock dikes were completed in January 2025. Project construction was then temporarily paused for waterbird nesting season, but dredging resumed in November, with project completion anticipated by the end of the year. Recently completed, the Lake-Borgne Marsh Creation Project stands as the largest marsh restoration effort by acreage in Louisiana's history. Stretching nearly 6 miles along the southern rim of Lake-Borgne in St. Bernard Parish, this project represents a significant milestone in the state's coastal restoration efforts. Construction began in 2021, and the $65 million initiative has restored approximately 2,770 acres of rapidly degrading marshland. This transformation was made possible through the placement of 13.5 million cubic yards of dredged material, enough to fill the Superdome nearly 3 times. In tandem, the nearby Bayou La Loutre Ridge Restoration and Marsh Creation Project is set to create and nourish an additional 421 acres of marsh, while also rebuilding more than 5 miles of ridge along the bayou's banks. Together, these two major projects will enhance a total of 3,190 acres of vital coastal habitat. They will also serve as a critical natural buffer against storm surge, helping to protect nearby communities from future storm impacts. The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries cut the ribbon on its new Nature and Science Center, which was funded in part by the Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group. The facility is part of the new Port Wonder Complex in Lake Charles. This 5,700 square foot education center offers immersive, hands-on learning opportunities through freshwater and saltwater aquariums, touch tanks, and interactive exhibits. This attraction offers an up-close look at the unique wildlife, fisheries, and ecosystems of Southwest Louisiana. Since opening its doors in April, the center has welcomed nearly 25,000 visitors to learn about Louisiana's coastal wetlands and their importance to the entire country. Several projects are currently undergoing engineering and design and are scheduled to begin construction within the next few years. Selected as a preferred alternative in Restoration Plan Number 8, the Raccoon Island Restoration Project is currently in the engineering and design phase. This vital initiative aims to restore and enhance the island's degraded ecosystem by creating and preserving essential habitats and preventing future breaches. Raccoon Island is home to one of the last 10 remaining brown pelican colonies in Louisiana and provides critical habitat for shrub and ground nesting birds and shorebirds, including the threatened piping plover. If a design alternative is identified for funding and construction, the project would include approximately 91 acres of beach and dune habitat, 118 acres of marshland, and create 50 acres of elevated mounds. In addition, shoreline protection measures and strategic vegetative plantings will help stabilize the area and support its role as a vital nesting habitat for colonial water birds and beach nesting birds. The project is scheduled to reach 95% design completion by the summer of 2026. Engineering and design activities continued this year for the Bird's Foot Delta Hydrologic Restoration Project. The $6 million cost for this work was funded through Restoration Plan and Environmental Assessment Number 7. If a design alternative is identified for funding and construction, the project would include dredging operations in South Pass, Southeast Pass, and Pass Elutra to increase freshwater flow from the Mississippi River. This enhanced flow will support the long-term creation and nourishment of marshes, mudflats, and submerged aquatic vegetation. Dredged sediment would be strategically used to restore marshland and enhance beach nesting habitats, contributing to the resilience and ecological diversity of the Delta. The Trustee Implementation Group intends to publish restoration plans for the construction of Raccoon Island and East Orleans Land Bridge in 2026, and one for Bird's Foot Delta in late 2026 or early 2027. Efforts to document sea turtle distribution and habitat use in Louisiana continued through 2025, including satellite tagging, salinity, and health assessments. This targeted data collection and analysis project includes 2 years of field work in Chandeleur Sound and Lake Borgne, and 1 year of data analysis focused primarily on loggerhead, Kemp's Ridley, and green sea turtles. USDA continued to expand nutrient reduction efforts in priority Gulf watersheds by implementing agricultural best management practices on over 22,400 acres across the state. These projects focus on rice-producing areas of southwest Louisiana, dairy farms in St. Helena, Tangipahoa, and Washington parishes, and grazing lands within the Bayou Folse watershed. USDA is also performing in-stream water quality monitoring across all the projects. Currently in its final year, the Modeling to Inform Sustainable Oyster Populations in Louisiana Estuaries is creating a computer model to help scientists and resource managers better understand how oysters grow, reproduce, and distribute themselves throughout Louisiana's coastal waters. This model helps Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries identify the best place to restore and enhance oyster reefs. The goal is to make sure oyster populations can recover and stay healthy, even as the environment changes. This tool will guide smarter decisions for managing oysters across the region. On behalf of the Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group, thank you for attending the 2025 Annual Louisiana Trustee Implementation Group Update video. We encourage you to stay updated on the progress of restoration as we work together to preserve and protect the Louisiana coast for generations to come. To learn more about our projects, visit gulfspillrestoration.noaa.gov. Please email any comments on this update to latig@la.gov. Today's video update is available at la-dwh.com and on the Gulf Spill Restoration YouTube channel.